Hey everybody, my name is Diana Ricciardi and I help soul seekers get off their ass and out of their head to live a life free of anxious thoughts. Last week, my book Return to Saturn was published in paperback. And I don't think I've ever been more excited about anything in my entire life. I've been seeing all of you out there crush it with the exercises, and I'm so excited for you to get your hands on a copy if you haven't already. This is a book for people who are fed up with their anxious thoughts and fears controlling any aspect of their lives. Maybe you're left with lingering feelings of not being good enough, or maybe you have days where you feel like you stayed in bed a little longer than you should have. Maybe you catch your internal dialogue sounding a little something like, I could never do that. I'm not brave enough. Why am I like this? This workbook takes your anxious thoughts, your negative internal dialogue, your fears that hold you back, your limiting decisions, ancestral trauma, and crushes them all with new language patterns, new ways of thinking, and gets your mind and cells moving. Sometimes all we need to get to the next level of healing are the right set of questions. Because a jumbled, non structured mind can only make jumbled, non structured decisions, we have to start asking ourselves the right types of structured questions in a specific way that speaks to the subconscious mind if you want lasting change. And that's what this book does. It's not just a bunch of journaling exercises. It's not your typical workbook. There are no repeating pages. Every day you work through Return to Saturn is different. This book uses subconscious brain rewiring tools and hypnotic language to take you from that stuck feeling to the next level of healing. And the best part about this is that if you do it, it'll work. All you have to do is be all in. I am passionate about helping those that crave more out of life than what they're currently getting, but maybe they're just too afraid to get it, or maybe they don't know how. I love getting people to stop saying good for them and start saying, how can I make this life good for me? If you've been stuck, if you've been unmotivated, if you've been in a little bit of a funk, this book is for you. If you have dreams of traveling or of leaving your job or throwing your hands up and moving to the Caribbean, this book is for you. Even if you want to do something small like start cooking for yourself regularly but can't find the motivation, you guessed it, for you. It's less about learning and more about unlearning. It removes anything that's burying the real, authentic you, and instead of fixing you or changing you, it simply unburies your soul. It unearths you. It removes the obstacles so that the real soul can come to light. And when the real you shines that light, that's when things that are meant for you start to find you. I don't want you to focus on vibing high all the time. That's not what this is about. I want you to focus on vibing like the real, authentic you, free of anxious thoughts, free of fears, free from your own mind, just like we were when we were born, before we were taught how to be anxious. Our minds and bodies are there to serve us, but the human brain is our greatest gift and our biggest curse. It can work for you or it can mess you up. This book helps unravel what's bound up in your mind so that you can start thinking clearly and that your thoughts flow, so your life starts to flow. So many people think that it needs to take years and years to heal, and that's why they're overwhelmed with starting. But let me tell you something, the tools that I've acquired over the years can help move you past limiting beliefs and fears just like that if you just decide. If you just decide you are ready and commit to remaining open, that's all it takes. And sometimes it's easier to be open in the confines of your own bedroom at 2 a.m. doing what you love rather than sitting at a scheduled therapy meeting. Now, this book isn't meant to replace therapy if you feel you need professional help, but it is meant to give you a different approach on deeper tools than you may get on the couch. This book isn't for people who are comfortable remaining where they are at, but for those excited about where they can go. After this workbook, you can walk back into your life as a creator of your own thoughts. Find it on Amazon, type in Return to Saturn Workbook. It looks like this. Keep in touch on Instagram at Return to Saturn and join my Facebook group, Return to Saturn. Links will be in the description. See you guys soon.